Hello and welcome to my channel, the place where I take you on RV tours, campground tours, to hiking destinations, and so much more. So today I'm going to be showing you the first stage of my off-grid boat upgrades that I will be doing over the next few weeks. My goal is to be able to take my boat out and camping it off-grid for at least a weekend. So this means that I need to be able to run my AC when it gets hot during the days and at night for sleeping. The AC that came with my boat is a Dometic 8000 BTU 120 volt unit. The other power considerations would be the induction cooktop, lights, outlets, engine, battery charger, hot water heater, and a few other minor things. So here's the multi-stage plan. First, I'm going to install the Ecoflow Delta Pro 3 as my primary lithium battery and power management system, similar to how I installed one in my B-Class RV. You can click on the link above to see that conversion. To do this, I will need to tap into my main shore power wiring, as well as my AC shore power wiring, as these are separate wiring systems on most boats, including mine. I will divert the incoming main shore power to my Ecoflow and then connect the 30 amp Ecoflow output back into the boat's main wiring system, essentially just putting the Ecoflow in line with the main shore power. This way, when I'm connected to shore power, it will still run everything on my boat and charge the Ecoflow battery. I will then just connect the shore power for the AC directly into the 120 volt 20 amp output of the Ecoflow, essentially just plugging the AC directly into the Ecoflow. With this stage complete, I will be able to run everything in my boat while off-grid for an estimated 4 to 6 hours. Now stage 2 will be adding a couple of 400 amp hour lithium batteries and a lithium battery charger into the storage area in the back of the boat, and then connecting them directly to the high voltage solar input on the back of the Ecoflow. This will allow the batteries to charge the Ecoflow, essentially giving me an inexpensive way of adding more power to the Ecoflow of at least another 11 to 12,000 kilowatt hour of power, giving me a total of 15 to 16 kilowatt hour of power. Stage 3 will be adding an alternator charger to the Ecoflow, similar to what I did on my B-Class RV. Click on the link above to see that installation. My plans are to use the Ecoflow 800 watt alternator charger because it has the capability of reverse charging the boat starter battery in case of an emergency. Plus, it has the ability to limit the amount of amps it draws from the alternator, as I want to be careful not to burn out the Yamaha's alternator. My boat alternator is not nearly as powerful as the Mercedes alternator. Now stage 4 will be adding solar to the roof. I'm estimating I can add about 400 to 500 watts of solar on the roof. I'll also install a solar controller, as my plan would be to have the solar panels charge my 2 lithium batteries instead of the Ecoflow. So in this video, I'll be showing you stage 1, which is how I installed the Ecoflow into my boat main shore power system, as well as the changes I made to the AC power wiring to complete stage 1 of my plan. So let's get started. First, let me show you around. Over here are the 2 shore power inputs. The top is for the AC and the bottom is the main shore power for everything else. If we follow the path of the main power, it goes down through here and comes down into the battery compartment. It then goes along the edge to this main power breaker. Here's where we're going to tap into the wiring. The power then continues along through these holes and into the boat's cabin under the cooktop. Here you can see the breakers for the powered items on the boat, such as the outlets, the cooktop, the hot water heater, and the battery charger. As you can see, this area has plenty of room for the Ecoflow, and it will keep the Ecoflow indoors and away from the salt water. On the far wall in here is where I'll install the 30 amp outlet and I'll divert the main power into the newly installed 30 amp outlet. Now let's look at the AC power pathway. The AC starts here, just above the main shore power, and runs down and into the AC compartment, which is under the dining seat. Under the seat, you can see the power first goes into a main breaker for the AC, and then it goes into another breaker box that contains two breakers. One is for the actual Dometic AC unit, and the other is for the water pump that brings water to the AC. My plan for the AC power is to disconnect the wires at the plug and pull the wires down into the lazarette. Of course, there's not going to be enough wire length to make it all the way to the Ecoflow location under the cooktop, so I'll need to lengthen the AC power wire to be able to reach the Ecoflow location. So now you know my plans, let's get started with the changes. First, disconnect all power to the boat. Here are all the items that I used for this DIY project. You'll find the link in the description of the video. Next, I needed to run the new main power wire that will go to the 30 amp outlet. So I fished a new wire through the many different holes and tucked it out of the way, leaving enough slack on each side to work with. Once I completed this, I then installed the 30 amp outlet under the cooktop and connected the new power wire to the 30 amp outlet. This is what it looked like when I was done with that step. Then I went back into the lazarette and cut the main power wire and connected the other end of the 30 amp outlet wire to the incoming shore power side of the cut wire. I used 10 gauge brass butt connectors with heat shrink and then wrapped everything with electrical tape. Next, I ran another new wire from the lazarette to the same location under the cooktop. I then installed the 30 amp plug on the wire and then connected the other end to the cut main wire that feeds power to the boat breakers. Here is what the new connections in the lazarette look like, and here is what the new connections under the cooktop look like. With the 30 amp plug plugged into the 30 amp outlet, the main shore power to the boat functions as if no changes were made. However, when I plug in the 30 amp to 20 amp adapter cord, I can now plug in the Ecoflow to the main shore power and then plug in the 30 amp boat plug into the Ecoflow to power the entire boat, minus the AC. So with this part complete, let's get the AC wired so it can be plugged into the Ecoflow as well. To do this, I disconnected the wires attached to the back of the AC power connection and pulled it down into the lazarette. Once there, I extended the wire with enough 10 gauge wire so that it could reach the Ecoflow location under the cooktop. Here again, I used 10 gauge butt connectors, heat shrink, and electrical tape. On the other end, I added a 20 amp plug. This completes the wiring needed to power everything with the Ecoflow. Next, I wanted to strengthen the floor in this area as there is an opening here to access the hot water heater that is not made to hold 100 or more pounds of equipment. So I cut a piece of 4x4 by 3/8 inch wood to lay over this opening. I then added a couple of wheel stops onto the board to help keep the Ecoflow from moving back and forth. I will also be adding a couple of brackets so that I can strap down the Ecoflow in place for when the seas get a little rough. Now that everything's in its place, let's go ahead and plug everything in and try it out. So now that I have the Ecoflow installed and plugged in, and I'm not plugged into shore power, let's test it all out. So let's test it out with this cooktop here. Turn that on. And I feel the heat. It is working. Let's try the AC. So great, the cooling waters are flowing through. I want to check the air coming out of the vent. And it is nice and cool. Another successful DIY. So thank you so much for joining me today. Please subscribe to my channel and join me for many more videos. Bye for now.